Welcome to a new video. Today we are going to create a to-do list app in Streamlit, a popular framework for building web apps. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a working to-do list that you can use to manage your tasks. Firstly, we need to import the Streamlit. We will import Streamlit as st. This single line imports the Streamlit library, which gives us access to a wide range of functions for creating web applications. Now let's add a title to our Streamlit app. We will make use of the streamlit.title function for this. We will say streamlit.title and let's say to-do list for the title. Here the streamlit.title function adds a title to our web application, calling it to-do list. Next, we want to create an input field where the user can type in the tasks they want to add to the to-do list. Streamlit.text input creates an input box where the user can enter text. The first argument is the placeholder text, and the second argument is the default text that appears in the input field. We also need a button that allows the user to add the task to the list. So we will say if streamlit.button add task, and we are going to create our logic in here later on this video. Let's say our logic for now. We use streamlit.button to create a button with the label add task. When the user clicks this button, we will execute some logic to add the task to the list. To store the tasks, we will use a Python list. However, we want the list to persist across different sessions. Streamlit doesn't store variable states across reruns, so we will make use of streamlit.sessionState for this. We will say if task list not in streamlit.sessionState, streamlit.sessionState, we will say task list, and we will say also we need to use lowercase letter here. We are going to create an empty list for this. This code initializes an empty list called task list in the session state if it doesn't already exist. Now let's implement the logic to add tasks to this list when the add task button is clicked. So we are going to return to here and we will say if task, and then we will say streamlit.sessionState task list, and we will append the task here. Great. Now we are done with this button. Here we append the task to task list only if a task is entered in the input field. We will use the streamlit.write function to display the tasks on the app. Let's create our for loop for that. We will say for I and t in enumerate streamlit.sessionState task list, and we will say streamlit.write. We are going to use f. We will say I plus 1 dot t, like this. Here it is. We loop through task list and print each task using streamlit.write. Let's also add a feature to remove tasks. For this, we will use checkboxes next to each task. For this, we will create a for loop again. We will say for I and t in enumerate streamlit.sessionState task list if streamlit.checkbox, and we will say f-string I plus 1 dot t here. We will say in the if statement streamlit.sessionState task list dot remove task. Here it is. Each task now has a checkbox next to it. If a checkbox is selected, that task will be removed from task list. Great, our app is ready. Let's use it and try it out. Also, before running that, we need this in here because we are using an if statement. Then we will say we are going to run this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say streamlit run app.py, and it's going to open a new page in my browser, and I'm going to show it on the video recorder in a second. So here is the app we created. Let's say task 1 and use the add task here, and let's use the checkbox 2 times for deleting it. Great, it works smoothly. Let's say task 1, task 2 and task 3, and let's say we want to delete the task 2 here, and we can do this like this. Great, our to-do list is working smoothly. Let's add task 5 here and remove this one. Great, so we have a nicely working to-do list app here. So let's summarize our app. We imported the Streamlit, we give it a title, then we set the task. At the next step, we created a button with the add task. Then we created task list here and we used session state. Then we created 2 for loops for adding and removing tasks when the button is clicked. Nice. That was all for this video. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I'm looking forward to seeing the amazing to-do list apps you all will build. You can share them in the comments. I'm creating content about data science and programming. You can subscribe for more. Have a great day.